Hey guys, Ryan here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to configure and use gaming mice on Linux. So when I'm talking about a gaming mouse, what I'm actually referring to is a mouse that has additional programmable features such as buttons, DPI resolutions, sensitivity report rate, and RGB lighting. Now in most cases on Windows, to access this functionality, then you would have to install the manufacturer's proprietary software. However, when it comes to Linux, this software is not typically available. So what would you do instead? My recommendation would be to use Piper, which is a GUI application that allows you to configure gaming mice on Linux from a wide range of manufacturers, and that includes Logitech, Etekcity, G.Skill, Roccat, and SteelSeries. And I will leave a link to the full supported list of devices in the description of this video. Now technically, Piper does use another application called libratbag, which in turn provides ratbag-D, which is a daemon that configures input devices, and that does include gaming mice. And it also provides a generic way to access the various features exposed by these mice. In other words, not to get too technical, but basically libratbag talks to the hardware, and then Piper provides you with a user-friendly method of configuring said hardware. So the first step is to install Piper. Now, since Piper requires libratbag to be installed, then I'd first install that using your Linux distribution's package manager. Now in most cases what that really involves is just you running a single terminal command, and that will pull in all the dependencies required for libratbag to work, and then install the application itself. Now the project page does list installation methods for Fedora, Arch, Ubuntu and Debian based distributions, so it's just a case of following the recommended method for your Linux distribution. And once libratbag is installed, then we can move on to installing Piper, which again can just be installed using your package manager, or alternatively you do now have the option to use a Flatpak. Although with the latter you will still need to install libratbag separately, as this cannot be shipped with the Piper Flatpak. And once again, much like before, the project page does cover the installation method for Fedora, Arch, Debian and Ubuntu based distributions, so again just choose whatever the most relevant option is for your setup. In either case, once Piper is installed, then just launch it as a normal application. Now the interface of Piper is simple, but it does cover all of your requirements. At the top you've got three sections. You have resolutions, buttons, LEDs, as well as a button here at the far end just to apply any settings you may want to apply. So if we start with the resolutions tab, this will allow you to specify the sensitivity or report rate of your particular mouse. And down here you have the resolutions, which is measured in DPI. So as you can see, for example, for my particular mouse, I can specify a report rate of 400 DPI, 800 DPI, 1600, 2400, or if I want, I can specify a custom value. Now the buttons tab does allow you to change the action of selected buttons, the charge function, or even remap them to something entirely different. For example, you can even invert left or right click, or even configure a button to do something new entirely, such as send a keystroke. And finally, the LED tab allows you to change the action of the LED. Specifically, you can change the colour of the LED that's displayed, how frequently it flashes, or even if you want, you can turn it off entirely. And as with all these settings, once you've made your selections, all you need to do is click the apply button at the top right here. The one final thing to note is that you can specify different mouse profiles, and you can also switch between them on a whim simply by clicking the profile number at the top left. But in either case, with that, you now know how to install and use Piper to configure your gaming mice on Linux. And with that, we're all done. So in conclusion, whilst Piper may not have the looks or the quote-unquote frills of proprietary software when it comes to configuring gaming mice, it does cover all the basics, and it's far more user-friendly than resorting to have to use config files or even send some terminal commands. In either case, thanks for watching this video today, and if you did find this video helpful, then please don't forget to leave a like, share the video, and if you like what I do and want to support me, then click that subscribe button to see more content like this in the future. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye now.